Lakers.
Keep in mind, the Boston Celtics are trying to become the first team to win back-to-back world titles since the Celtics did it in '68-69. And there you see the four teams that managed to do it. The Minneapolis Lakers were the first two, the great teams under Johnny Kundla, with George Mikan, Vern Mickelson, Slater Martin, and the rest. And, of course, the great Celtic dynasty. Underway in the third period, Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn, and the crowd just getting back to their seats from the intermission. Danny Ainge going inside, dishes off to Parrish, who hits the first bucket.
They're keying, Dick, on Jabbar now in the second half, getting more aggressive on defense. They're waiting for him to jump, and they're laying off to an open Robert Parrish.
Kareem looking for help. Rambis goes in strong, blocked by Parrish. 4 block shots for Robert Parrish, and at the other end, Kevin McHale gives the Celtics now a 63-58 lead, matching their biggest of the ball game.
Sloppy defense that time by the Lakers.
LA has been forced to play the half-court game. That's not to their liking. 4 on the shot clock. Rambis. Rambis again. And Dennis Johnson comes down with it. And the Celtics trying to open up their biggest lead of the ball game.
Very aggressive on the boards coming out of the locker room, the Celtics.
Bird hits his first shot. Larry Bird for the game is 4 for 7. And Pat Riley calls a 20-second timeout.
Here's a little block shot that you're going to see Parrish making a good block, a selective block. Knew he could do it, and it ends up not the Lakers not getting back totally on defense. Nobody picks up McHale. Scott should have, didn't. Easy 2.
4 of the 6 block shots are from Robert Parrish, and if you can talk about the Lakers having been down by only 1 despite the fast break not being there, Larry Bird hasn't really gone crazy for the Celtics. He has 14 points and is playing well, yet the Celtics have maintained the lead, and so Bird is making it happen. Good passing when he's double-teamed, and he has hit 4 out of 7.
And they are really working the Lakers' defense in their half-court game nicely, keying on Jabbar when he goes to the block, finding the open man, Robert Parrish.
Tell you one thing, before it's over, the Lakers are going to make a run, at least one of them. That you know. 10 and a half to go. Rambis from Kareem.
Mr. Intelligence in the low post. He'll pick apart your defense. Poor gamble by Larry Bird that time. Left Rambis open.
Worthy almost picked that off. Bird short. Worthy clear to Magic. Celtics are back on defense. But he gets in anyway. Good move by Magic Johnson against the 2 Celtic guards.
The last game, they came out of the locker room steaming, put the foot on the gas pedal, got that fast break going. They're trying to do it here.
McHale, double, goes up anyway. And it'll go for him. Kevin McHale has 16 points. 13 on the shot clock. Kareem, fall away. Not his shot. Parrish, the rebound.
Danny Ainge made a good double that time to force the jumper by Jabbar.
Let's use the clock and make that extra pass. Bird, off. Not even close for Bird. Magic Johnson, tipped away by Danny Ainge, who goes into the stands.
You know, Dick, when a shooter's off, usually his shot is long or short. Birds are going left or right.
And that's when Larry Bird says he's in trouble. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn back at the Forum in Inglewood. You know, basketball enjoys worldwide popularity. There are 20 countries who are watching these NBA Championship Series. Over 40 million are viewing this internationally. This is Dan Peterson, who's announcing for the Italian basketball audience, and here's how it sounds.
Rimesso dalla linea di fondo dal lato di Magic Johnson. Kareem in pivot basso fa un blocco, esce. Worthy non entra. Finalmente un lancio lungo di Magic Johnson. Magic volley. Kareem sotto. Kareem. Canestro e fallo ai danni di Kareem ABDUL-JABBAR. Magic Johnson con un bel passaggio qui. Kareem segna 67-64. 8:55 dalla fine. Fatto molto ma molto bene questa rimessa da fondo e Kareem finisce sotto canestro con la palla in mano. 8:55 dalla fine del terzo quarto di gioco. Kareem sbaglia il libero 67-74
And
ancora.
that's the way it sounds to the viewers in Italy. Dan Peterson at the microphone. Meanwhile, Danny Ainge has picked up his fourth personal foul. Celtics go inside of McHale off the glass, and Magic Johnson gets the rebound. 8:35 to go in the third period. It's 67-64 Celtics, and now it's a one-point game. Tommy, this may be one of those Laker runs.
Well, they're keying on Larry Bird. They're getting the ball to his man because he's playing free safety defense, but they are now getting those points out of the box, these Lakers. The lid is off.
Parrish inside, travels. And the Laker bench is up, and the chance now for the Lakers to take the lead. Scott and Johnson in the backcourt. Rambis, Kareem, and Worthy up front. Four minutes going by in the third. You'll hear the crowd if the Lakers can score here. Put them in front. 5 on the shot clock. 3. And a loose ball foul against the Lakers, so we're not going to hear the cheers right now. And the foul is on Rambis. The Celtics have been in foul trouble, and here's their story. Danny Ainge has 4, Bird and Parrish have 3, Cooper has 3 for the Lakers. Dennis Johnson and Scott played him well, Tommy. Scott going up. The Lakers have taken the lead. The Lakers have scored 6 straight points and have their first lead since it was 32-30 early in the second period. What's happened to Boston right now?
Yeah, patience is wearing thin on their offense, and they're settling for the first shot that shows. They were very effective going an extra 2 or 3 passes, making the Lakers defense move their feet on defense instead of getting out there on the break.
Robert Parrish and Kareem. Parrish already has 8 rebounds, but the Celtics trail. Lakers looking to take a 3-1 lead and a commanding lead in this championship series. Ray Williams goes inside, loose ball. Here's Byron Scott. Worthy. Rambis. 8 in a row by LA.
I'll tell you, he's playing a game.
This is one of those Laker runs that they're known for. Open is Ray Williams. Lakers quickly rotate to it. Parrish loses it. Another Boston turnover.
The Laker bench is up. They can sense that they can break it out here.
They're leading by 3 and on a run. Five on the clock, and James Worthy. Timeout. The Lakers have come out strong, Tommy, in the first 6 minutes of this third period.
And here's one of the reasons why. Bird is playing the free safety. He's going to gamble in the paint, guarding Rambis, who's not renowned as an outside shooter. But watch what happens as it goes inside now to Kareem. Bird starts to make his move, tries to double Rambis, knowing that's not his shot. Get gets it to the guy who can bury it, James Worthy. Patience.
That's the patience that the Lakers are showing, that the Celtics are not. Rambis has 6 points and 4 rebounds. The Lakers have gone from 5 behind to 5 ahead. Rambis 6 points, 4 rebounds in this third period. Two-man game right now. McHale, and it's still Boston ball. Lakers are off the bench claiming otherwise. Bird will inbound.
The rest of the Celtics, though, on the weak side of the court are just standing around a little bit, and that's allowing the Lakers to get very aggressive on defense.
Dennis Johnson at the 24-second buzzer hits. He's got 19, and that breaks a 10-point string by the Lakers.
Big hoop by DJ.
Inside Worthy, and traveling called against Worthy. Turnover Story. The Celtics already 3 in this second half.
Hey, Dennis Johnson has really become a floor general for this team tonight. Danny Ainge with so many fouls.
Steal. Jabbar. Worthy. To Scott. And a foul. Ray Williams sits down and Quinn Buckner replaces him. That was not the best of all fouls in that situation.
Well, I don't think it was so much the foul. It's this pass here that he tries to make. Poor judgment. And that leads to these type of situations. He makes the foul, but so what? Because it ends up a three-point play for the Lakers. So Buckner is in to try and stop the turnover problem.
Lakers by 6. Larry Bird misses. And the Lakers are running. Scott from the corner. Bird grabs the rebound, and the Celtics push it up 3-on-2. Dennis Johnson. Buckner winds up with it with 4:50 to play here in the third period. Lakers lead 75-69, and McHale is fouled, and Kareem is angry. 3 on number 33.
Now they're going to really challenge Jabbar, try and work him for the foul. Kevin does it nicely by taking it to him. Kareem doesn't like it. And, you know, one of the things that the Celtics might be counting on is to lay a little body on Kareem. He's renowned for having a little bit of a temper. Any edge will help for the Celtics right now.
Greg Kite, that is. Tom's the golfer. Greg has come in the ball game right now. His first appearance in a ball game.
Well, it might be a good time for Greg to lean on him a little bit. They got some fouls to waste with him and try and tire out Jabbar.
McHale, 1 of 2. 5-point Laker lead. 4:40 to go. Lakers led by 4 at the period after 1, and the Celtics had a 1-point lead at halftime. Greg Kite is called for pushing. First foul, and for the Celtics, their third team foul.
That's on them, almost an automatic now in this game, that any contact in that pivot, they're calling it very closely.
Buckner is on Magic Johnson, and he's fouled.
Magic has a height advantage on Quinn Buckner, and he's trying to exploit that. Take it to the hoop and shoot over Quinn.
Magic Johnson will shoot 2. He is the high scorer for the Lakers with 16.
The Lakers have not missed too many advantages and situations through this entire series. Outside of game 1, they've been right on the money in things they're trying to accomplish. Attacking people, rotating people.
They're up by 7, the Lakers are. Magic Johnson has 9 assists. Inside to Kite. McHale from Kite. Well worked by the Celtics, and it's 77-72. Winding down to 4 minutes to go in the third period. Lakers scored 10 in a row. to take the lead, and Kite is called again with the personal foul, and that's the penalty for the Celtics. Kareem will shoot. Tough spot for Kite, who has not played that much in his 2 years with the club.
Casey wants to have him lean on Jabbar, but once Jabbar gets the ball, he should back off a little bit, release the pressure on him. He's going to be called for more fouls unless he does that.
The importance and maybe desperation for the Celtics can be illustrated by the fact, Tommy, that Kevin McHale and Dennis Johnson have played the entire game for the Boston Celtics.
Casey Jones attacking this game completely different than Riley, using fewer people if possible.
3:45 remaining in the third. 7-point Laker lead. Quinn Buckner. Bird and Rambis went after him, and they're going to call it on Boston. Kite commits the holding foul. That's 3 quick ones on Greg Kite.
Look how hard they work to keep the ball out of Bird's hands. Worthy is fronting him, gets in the passing lane, 3/4 him. Now Magic drops down. He's in the pen because he doesn't respect Buckner's outside shot. That's what they've been trying to do, get Magic out of the paint. Once they do, the inside game, the passes are easy.
Larry Bird goes out of the ball game. Scott Wedman has come in. Wedman has 1 point in the game. Celtics need his outside shooting. Dennis Johnson has gone out for the first time in the ball game, and Danny Ainge, who has 4 personal, has checked back in.
Key spot to find a good shooter for the Celtics right now to not let this game get out of hand.
8-point lead for the Lakers. Celtics with less than 3.5 trying to climb back. Game 5 is Friday night here at the Forum. McHale going in against Rambis. 21 for McHale. He scored 31 on Sunday. He's been a terrific workhorse throughout this series for Boston. Kareem back to Magic. And Kite gets it away. Good play by Kite and the Celtics. Trying to set it up now. Buckner left open, fires it wide. Wedman, though, comes right back. Celtics are missing shots, and the Lakers are close to having only 1 more period of play to maintain a lead and go up 3-1. Ten on the shot clock. McHale clears on Magic's miss. 2.5 to play. 80-74, the Lakers. And you're right, the Celtics have to keep this game from getting out of hand here.
They're weathering it pretty nicely. It hasn't gotten out of hand, Dick. And they're using their bench.
6 on the shot clock. Worthy is all over Wedman. The Lakers know who to guard closely. Buckner fires it up at the buzzer, the 24-second buzzer, and hits a big basket. And it's a 4-point game again after the Lakers led by 8. And a timeout called by Pat Riley. Well, we got game 5 coming up Friday night here at the Forum. 9 o'clock Eastern. Celtics and Lakers go at it, but Tom, this could be the pivotal ball game, because if the Lakers have a 3-1 lead, they will really be in the driver's seat. Coming back from 3-1 is a tough task indeed, and the Celtics, who a year ago won this 4th game in overtime.
Well, the 5th game coming up, Dick, should the Lakers win today, will really create a lot of controversy about the 2-3-2 situation. Most of the coaches that I've talked to anyway feel that that's giving away the home court advantage, and it could prove to be very true here in the 5th game. The extra excitement that a Laker crowd would provide for the Lakers to close out the series instead of it going to Boston would be a big thing.
Except if the Lakers beat the Celtics 4 straight, then I think it didn't matter about the home court, because Boston had 2 games at home to win 2 games, and if they had won their games, they know they'd be coming back home. So I think if the Lakers win on Friday and win tonight, you got to hand it to them 4 straight.
Well, you make a good point, Dick, and that's what the controversy is going to be about. There's going to be some very big sides taken on either side of that issue.
The coach of the Los Angeles Rams, John Robinson, who has a mighty tough running back in Eric Dickerson. Al Davis, managing general partner of the other Los Angeles team, the Raiders, also in attendance. And upstairs I ran into Isaiah Thomas and Ronnie Lott, who's an outstanding defensive back for the 49ers, who I think liked the physical play he saw early in the series.
Well, Isaiah Thomas is a very good friend of Magic Johnson, so he's been coast to coast in this series already. Boston the other day and here now.
Kareem has 3 fouls. Bird and Parrish have 3 for the big men. 2 minutes to go in the third period. Celtics have fought back, still trailing though. Cooper. Wedman has it in the corner.
Casey Jones is going to try him right out this quarter with his bench in there.
McHale gets the bucket, and it's a 2-point game, and McHale is 23. Parrish and Bird. McHale, by the way, has 11 this period, so he has held up the Celtic end of things against this Laker run in this third.
Well, that's the time to use him when they need points.
8 on the shot clock. Worthy misses, and loose ball foul called against Kareem, and that will be his 4th personal foul. 4 on Kareem now.
Excellent blocking out by Greg Kite that time. His job in there is to make sure he keeps his body on Kareem at the right time.
Mitch Kupchak will come back in the ball game. He has been the symbol of the Laker aggressiveness in the first 3, and Kareem sits down, having scored 14. Celtics have run off 6 in a row now and have come back with a minute to go in the third. 80-78. Wedman misses. Cooper, the rebound. Under a minute now. McAdoo. Bob McAdoo gives the Lakers a 4-point lead.
He's tough when he comes up on the 4th man on the break. You really have a difficult time finding him before he gets that shot off.
12 on the shot clock, and Kevin McHale is fouled. He'll go to the line. The Celtics have not been that proficient from the free throw line in this ball game. Foul was on Kupchak, his 3rd. The Celtics 12 of 18. And here's McHale, who will try to bring the Celtics again to within 2.
The whole idea of the first few games was to provide a torture test for this man. Rotate people at him, show him different looks, different defenses, and he's held up pretty well to that problem.
I'm glad he hasn't had to be tortured. You know, I don't like to see that.
They ran him, they muscled him, they made him think. That's pretty tough test they laid on him.
Tortures are tough. 25 for Kevin McHale with a half a minute to go now in the third. Cooper, fake on Ainge, hits the shot. 25 seconds to go, and it's 84-80. 18 on the shot clock. There is a 1-second differential now between the 2 clocks. Bird has had a long rest, and so has Parrish. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Dennis Johnson ducks in for the foul, and Dennis Johnson has been a lifesaver for the Celtics and leads to keep them in this ball game.
He has done everything tonight. Hit the outside shot when it was important in the first half. Really control and be the floor general for the ball club to control pace the way Casey Jones wanted it. And he's played excellent defense to boot.
That's the 20th point for Dennis Johnson. Cooper's foul was his 4th. His Magic behind Pat Riley, who has been to the finals 4 straight years in his 4 years as head coach. Looking for his 2nd title. 2-point game again. 3 seconds to go. McAdoo, Kupchak. Kupchak fires it up, and that'll do it. That's the end of the third period. After 3, the score, the Lakers 84, the Celtics 82. We'll return to the Forum in Inglewood after this word from your local station. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn back at the Forum. The Lakers had a 4-point lead at the end of one period of this game, but the Celtics' best period was the second. They had a 1-point lead at halftime. The Lakers went on a 10-0 run in the third, had a 10-point lead, an 8-point lead before the Celtics narrowed it to 84-82. And why have they done that, Mr. Heinsohn?
The bench has come through nicely for Casey Jones, particularly Greg Kite. He did his job, helped pick up a 4th foul on Kareem. And now there'll be some fresh Celtics coming off the bench, so some nice juggling there by Casey Jones.
Absolutely. Kevin McHale with 25 leads the Celtics. Magic Johnson has 18, the high scorer for the Lakers. Larry Bird is back, so is Robert Parrish. And the Celtics have their starting 5 in there. No time to look ahead of the future for Casey Jones now. Going with the heavy metal. Inside, Kupchak. And Kupchak gets it over Bird on a good play by Mitch.
A terrific position right underneath the basket on Bird.
Lakers have not played their running game the way they want it, but they're leading, so they've got to feel good at least about that. McHale. Ainge. Oh, Kupchak. Keep in mind, Kareem's on the bench with 4 fouls, and Kupchak's done a yeoman work.
Danny Ainge has to hit that outside shot if they're going to win this game.
Magic Johnson. Worthy gets the offensive rebound. Long rebound out to James. Plenty of time on the shot clock for the Lakers. Worthy shooting over McHale. Up to 6 again.
A big hoop, and Worthy shooting out there. As soon as McHale gets up close on him, he's going to go right around him.
Lakers have made one run. They're likely to make another one. McHale goes in and will go to the line. A foul. It's on Bob McAdoo. McHale. Balanced scoring by Habs. He has also struggled from the free throw line. Dick Stockton and Tom Heinsohn here at the Forum in Inglewood. Game number 4 of the NBA World Championship. The Lakers lead in the game now, 88-83. If they go on and win, they will have a commanding 3-1 lead over the defending world champion Celtics. Worthy gets the roll. Worthy, hot now, 2 in a row. It's up to 7.
They have that game going now without Kareem.
Larry Bird into Parrish. McHale goes up. McAdoo comes out with it. Open up, the Lakers can open up their biggest lead with a basket here. And Bird ties him up. Larry Bird got in front of his arms in front of McAdoo and tied it up. Great hustle.
That's one way to stop keying on, to get them to stop keying on. You step out and pick one of those babies off.